gonna cough uncontrollably, I guess.
Yeah. Testing. Cough, cough, cough. Everybody do a cough into the microphone.
Just like you're at the doctor's office, guys.
Uh-huh.
Well, you got it too, Rich. Jesus.
What?
Yeah.
Forgot what?
All three of us are sick, Rich. Are you also sick?
Oh, I'm not sick. I'm fucking fit as a fiddle.
Well, I hear the ambulance coming for Florian right now. He died doing the podcast.
Yeah, I planned it so I'd record for 2 minutes.
Florian is the Jane of this podcast. We all watched him die. And
What?
frankly, we're proud of it. We're going to brag about it in Ozymandias one day.
It's going to be number 8 on the top 10 badass moments list.
Yes!
No, I can't. I wonder what all the other moments are. It's like he's...
Yeah,
So-
Hartsy has been worshiping and studying this video he found called Top 10 Badass Walter White Moments, and like number 8 was watching Jane die. What were the other numbers on the list, Hartsy?
I just stumbled across the video and stopped when I saw that, took a screenshot, and started laughing.
Well,
What, you didn't watch the whole thing?
No.
Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Breaking Bad Rewatch podcast. This is season 3, the first half, episodes 1 through 7. Hopefully Florian didn't watch the wrong ones again.
me?
You did watch one too many, if I recall, a few episodes ago. Yeah.
We really should have watched that one, you know, because it had Saul in it, finally.
But before we dive into season 3, and before we introduce E-Rich, which we haven't done yet, but fuck that, Hartsy, you were missing last episode. We have some unfinished business with you. First of all, your favorite episode of the show is, what, 3-4 days out, whatever it's called?
Yeah, 4 days out.
We pretty much did not even bring it up on the podcast at all because we wanted to wait for you to be here so that you could tell us why it's your favorite. But before we get to that, the more important unfinished business, how was your aunt's birthday party?
Oh boy.
Hey, ho, ho, Hartsy's aunt has got to go. Hey, did you play that song for your aunt at the party?
I did not. No,
How would your aunt feel? How would your whole family feel if they knew that some podcast was like talking about the party that they're all at?
Well, I don't want anyone in my family or friends in real life to know about my online presence and what I do online.
So your aunt wouldn't like it if she heard Simian Jimmy singing the "Hey Hey Ho Ho" Hartsy's aunt has got to go song?
Probably not. No.
Yeah, Hartz is concealing his podcasting just like Walter White is concealing his crimes, you know?
Yeah, this is my sinister double life.
Is that why you're called Hartsyberg?
Yep.
Yeah, that's your alter ego. So wait, your real name is Walter White then?
Of course.
Okay.
I legally changed it because I really like the show.
I thought your dad was such a fan that he just named you that outright. So how was the party? What did you get your aunt for her birthday? People really want to hear about this on the Breaking Bad podcast.
Well, I didn't get anything. I was just dragged along and had to go.
You didn't get her anything?
No.
She's only got so much time left on this earth, Hartsy. You should have hooked her up.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so good party. Did you guys watch Breaking Bad?
We did not. No.
Shitty. So why is 4 days out your favorite episode? And E-Rich, feel free to join in. I know you love that episode too.
4 days out.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
4 days out.
You don't remember that episode?
I don't really remember the episodes by titles.
It's the one when they're stranded in the desert for 4 days.
It's all right.
Wow. Hartsy, go ahead.
I love episodes of a series that have the characters stranded in some place. I don't know why, but I just love those episodes. Like Bagman is one of my favorite Better Call Saul episodes because they're stranded in the desert.
What about Brian and Stewie when Brian and Stewie get stuck in a bank vault for the whole episode?
That is one of my favorite episodes of Family Guy.
There's no cutaways. There's 5 minutes where Brian eats Stewie's shit out of the diaper. You know, it's a classic episode.
Classic. Yeah, but just there's a lot of goofy stuff in this episode. Like, Jesse constantly screwing stuff up and making the situation worse. It's really comedic. I love it. I just really like the episode.
Yeah, I like when Jesse thinks that the element necessary to save them is wire.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you expect? Copper? That's not an element. Ridiculous.
Hey, speaking of elements, this is on my mind. The lay epic, quirky opening titles when it shows the actors' names on every episode, and they take like an element and the actors' names will have the element suddenly like capitalized in a different color. You guys know what I'm talking about, I assume.
Of course.
With Bob Odenkirk, they have the O for oxygen, but they put it in the word Bob instead of the capital O of Odenkirk. Why are they being lay epic quirky like that, E-Rich?
Wait, was it different in this one
what?
episode?
I thought they did that all the time.
They do. They do. I'm asking why. No, they don't do random. It's always the same ones. I'm asking why. Why are they putting it in Bob?
No idea.
They're just being quirky.
I don't understand why.
Oh.
Maybe they're just looking for a look. It's like what looks interesting from somebody's name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, let's go into season 3 now that nobody cares about my great observation about the opening titles. E-Rich, we haven't heard from you yet. What do you think of the first half of season 3 rated R?
So I think the first couple episodes to me are very slow and very kind of just reestablishing what's going on. There are some good bits here and there, but it really starts to heat up as this first half gets to its end. And I know that like what's coming is some of my favorite stuff. It's just kind of slow to heat up, but it will.
So you would not say that this section that we're reviewing this episode is the best section that we've done so far?
No, definitely not.
What would you say is the best section?
Maybe late season 2.
Okay.
The second half, so.
Would anybody argue that this is the best one so far?
No.
It's not enough cooking, man. Like, when I know there's like a lot of interesting stuff happening, but like if you think back on it, you're just like, God, he's spending so much time not cooking. What a waste of time, right?
Yeah, Walt is at his most insufferable, and I guess if we're going to start off with character arc analysis, we should, of course, start with Walt. And I really want to talk about the IFT episode in particular, because I've had a full range of feelings on this episode throughout my lifetime. I think, when I was Hartsy's age and I was watching this for the first time, I might have felt a little bit of animosity towards Skyler, like, oh, that fucking bitch. Look at everything Walt's doing. He's doing this for his family, and look, he's like making her dinner. He's trying so hard. And now I watch it now that I'm 27, and I'm like, oh my God, this episode's a masterpiece of manipulation. Like every single thing Walt is doing, I don't even know if he consciously is aware of how manipulative he's being. But like, just when he says, hey, look at all this money, you could be rich. How about you go to work all day and you think about it, and then you come home and tell me. And then she comes home, and fucking Lewis is there, like fucking Walt Jr.'s friend. Like, okay, yeah, there's really a chance that she's gonna be able to say no while there's company over, and he's like making dinner for him and stuff. So like he's doing every single thing he can to manipulate her, but she still wins with like the one card she has, which is fucking her boss. And with that one thing, with 3 words, she defeats his entire day of manipulation. I think it's a great episode.
Is that the same episode where he also moved back in, which is like such a dick move in general?
Yeah, and she calls the cops, but then that's when the cops come. Oh my God, yeah, great episode.
Wow, yeah, that is a lot happens in that episode. Jeez.
But Heartsie, do you disagree with my analysis here? Was Walt in the right?
Well, no, but I don't think that means Skyler is in the right. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't recognize his all his manipulation. I didn't recognize that having Lewis over was all this. But I still don't think she's in the right for rubbing that in his face. I don't think it's.
Well, now imagine
okay.
this, Hartsy. Imagine you break up with somebody. You don't want to be in a relationship, but then they just move into your house. Like, you have the right to fuck anybody you want at that point, right? You broke up with them. They're just, occupying space in your home. You don't really owe them anything, right?
Well, his name is on the lease.
Well, sure, like, he has the legal right to be in the house, but, like, she has no right to not fuck other people. Like, she literally has broken up with him. He just refuses the breakup.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, he is such a jerk when he comes back. Like, he knows there's nothing she can do, and I guess he even calls her bluff by just, like, letting her call the police, and it's just so crazy what a complete asshole he is. And yeah, I really felt for Skyler here.
I 100% think he has the right to live in that house. I 100% think he has the right to be there. I don't think he's an asshole for trying to live in his house.
Well, okay, time out. Because, I mean, Heartsy, as you say this, we literally have, like, twin assassins showing up at his house where his family lives with the intent to murder anybody they find. So maybe it would be best if, like, the entire family was no longer at this residence.
To be fair, he didn't know they were there. He didn't know they were there, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but he's still, like, he's a drug dealer, and he's, people are finding out who he is, and he's had, like, murderous drug dealers literally show up at his driveway before. Like, at this point, if he wants to protect his family, they probably shouldn't be at this Negro Royal Lane anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you could say that he owns the house, but what does that get you? Like, all he says is that he does it all for his family. So now he also wants to live in it, even though he's endangering them. And
he's doing it for his family, and he thinks that he needs to, be with his family. But thankfully, this is all because Walt is depressed, and thankfully, this all gets reversed when Gus eventually shows Walt the meth super lab, and that instantly cures Walt's depression, and he starts making, like, the correct choices, and he chooses to sign the divorce papers. He moves out of the house. He buys a model apartment. He's on the up and up. Like, this is the Sigma grind set that I wanted to see from Walt, and I'm glad he's done obsessing over his ex-wife. But Erich, we haven't heard from you about this. What do you think about the IFT episode?
I think it's very funny. I think she should feel free to fuck Ted, fuck anyone. It was clear that their relationship was in some way dissolved at the end of the last season, and she should just feel free to do whatever she wants. I think it's near the end of this group of episodes where I start to turn on Skyler, where it's like you can see her kind of warming up to being okay with crime, being okay with whatever, and the true hypocrisy starts to sink in here.
Well, so
actually, that's when she starts getting based. But okay.
What's interesting is as Walt, as he is accepting, the divorce and wanting to get away from it and just go cook the meth for 3 months, Skyler is slowly but surely warming up to the idea of Walt staying. And for 3 or 4 episodes in a row, they have a scene where Skyler is talking to somebody and they imprint this moral on her that could also apply to, like, defending Walt's actions in some way. Like, there's one with Ted, there's one with Marie. I wish I would have wrote them down. I didn't take notes like I usually do because Erich made fun of me, so I wanted to try to go off the, off the dome. But they build it up. It's not out of nowhere. I like how they subtly you could see Skyler thinking things through in a different way after all these conversations with people.
I'm really shocked that Erich would turn on her just because she's, like, trying to make the best of a horrible situation. I mean, like, all she does is, like, launder money. Come on.
Well, she hasn't done that yet.
Well, yeah.
How much did you watch, Florian? We're only on the first half of season 3.
I didn't. No, it's just because he says that's when he starts turning on her and how she's a horrible hypocrite.
I thought he was turning on her in what we just watched.
No, not yet, right? Erich? Yeah, he died.
No. I am starting to turn on Skyler at the end of these episodes, where I can clearly see that they're leading up to what she becomes, and I'm no longer liking it.
Wow, she's not even done it yet, and you already hate her just for the writing that's here.
Well, I really like the scenes where she's talking to the divorce lawyer, and, like, this is the only person she can be honest with, and she's told her, my husband's a meth dealer, and he showed me money. And it's like, if you only watch those, 3 or 4 scenes, you can see, again, the slow degradation of Skyler, like, warming up to the whole idea and, not wanting to report it to the police and slowly becoming more okay with it. And, like, the lawyer's getting more and more pissed at her. And, like, no, at this point, you need to get the fuck out of that house. You're, like, this is crazy. I'm not your therapist. What is wrong with you? And Skyler...
Yeah, she is outright telling Skyler everything she needs to hear to make the right decision, and still Skyler goes along with it. It's hilarious.
But
I think the line of "I didn't marry a criminal" is really heartbreaking because, it really makes you think that deep down she still loves the original man she married, and seeing what happened to him, it just destroyed her.
Yeah, it's kind of how I feel about Florian. Like, I didn't start podcasting with a war criminal, and, now we're stuck with him.
You fucker, what? What have I done? How dare you?
Well, my channel might get deleted if I say what you've done at this point, so I'm going to have to keep it on the DL.
Oh, yeah, it's all up to me, huh? Damn.
Do we have any other thoughts on the Walt arc of this section?
Nah.
Nothing, not at all. Damn. Well, it's interesting how Walt is always like so calculating. He was happy to be rid of Jesse, and then now that, but then he discovers that he still loves Jesse. But then he has to involve him back into this huge mess lab just to keep him from destroying Hank's life, just because he wants to get back with his wife. And then I guess Skyler doesn't even know, like, the huge sacrifice he does just to save Hank. It's there's so many layers to it.
Yeah, what do we think of Skyler basically blackmailing Walt into convincing Jesse not to press charges against Hank? Like, Walt is so incredibly fucked here. Because his only option is to, alleviate Jesse by ruining Gus's plan with Gale, just destroying the whole operation, and this is what sets off in motion all the horrible destruction that will come in the next couple seasons.
Mm-hmm. And, like, at the end of the episodes that we watch, Jesse has, like, an emotional, like, I will not work with you. I don't want to do anything with you. Fuck you. And then, like, I think it's just greed, right? Just money brings him back.
Well,
would you do it for 1.5 million? You son of a bitch, I'm in.
What I got from it was Walt says, the last thing he says is, your meth is as good as mine. He leaves, and then 5 minutes later, Jesse calls him and says, okay, I'm in. So I think it was
Jesse convinced himself.
Jesse wanted to be respected. He wanted proof that Walt respected him. And Walt's always saying, oh, you fucking idiot, you don't apply yourself. This is like the biggest compliment he's ever said. Walt is the most prideful motherfucker. He thinks that his, 99.1% pure meth makes him the biggest genius in the world. Vince Gilligan agrees, putting him at #1 on the tier list. So for him to admit that Jesse Pinkman's meth is just as good, that's fucking huge. Do you think he means it? Or do you think this is just a ploy?
I just see at this point, Walt is just a manipulator. He wants Jesse for whatever reason, and he's going to
Well, not for whatever reason, because he's being blackmailed by his wife that she will turn him in if he doesn't help Hank.
Is that what she said? I thought she just would have, like, gone ahead with the divorce.
I thought it was like a big blackmail, like, I will, if you, because Hank is family for her, like, if you are going to let this happen to Hank, I'm going to ruin you. But maybe I misinterpreted a scene. That's what I thought happened.
I mean, I guess he was just giving him a way back into the family if he did this for the family.
Oh, okay. I might have been wrong. Yeah. What do we think of when one of the most jaw-dropping, tense moments, other than the 1-minute episode, Hank finds the RV with Walt and Jesse inside? What do we think of Walt's decision here on how to deal with the situation?
Oh, it's one of the best scenes in this batch of episodes. I love it so much.
I think this is one of the high points of these episodes and maybe the entire series, and I actually forgot about it, because what I love about this whole thing is that Hank is risking basically his whole career following this lead that he feels good about, but there's a lot of, like, just uncertainty and people don't really think that it's going to go anywhere, and he's just staking it all on this. And he is literally a thin layer of fucking RV away from catching these two. And I just think it's so brilliant that that Walt has Jesse scream out like, "This is my fucking domicile,
and I will not be harassed."
And I will not be harassed, bitch.
This is my private domicile, and I will not be harassed, bitch. Yeah, classic.
But then who had the idea of calling Hank? Was it Saul or was it?
No,
was it Walt?
that was Walt. But my question is this a plot hole? Hank does not even bother to call Marie. Like, the whole show is completely different if instead of driving 30 minutes to the fucking hospital, he calls his wife. Completely different ending to the show. But
that's not a plot hole. That's
I think it's absurd.
Mistake to make.
It's absurd. I mean, I would
What?
call. I would call. I wouldn't just trust a random thing while this is happening. I mean, I guess he has. There's no way that Jesse Pinkman's going to be able to pull this off in his mind, but still, I would call my fucking wife.
I think the plot hole here is that, like, all of this time has been leading to this moment, and he's so just willing to drop it and go off. Like, even if he just, like, called another cop to, like, show up there, and then he went to Marie, that would be just a little bit. I know.
Oh yeah, him not even calling in backup is also a huge mistake. Like, if he just calls in backup one guy, then the whole show's different too.
Yeah.
Well, that would have. Well, to be honest, everyone just left him alone. You know, everyone was just letting him down. So it would have been hard to call backup. But I think it's perfectly relatable that he just hears this news and he doesn't use his critical thinking because he's just so flooded with adrenaline because he thinks his wife is in mortal danger. You know. I think it makes perfect sense that you would forget to call her or to fact check it when you just sometimes you just hear some horrible news and then you just take it at face value. It happens, you know.
Well, he could like get on the police radio and be like, "Hey, I just got a call from a police officer. Can you guys double check and let me know if my wife is dying?" Can you guys meet me at the scrapyard and make sure that this RV full of meth doesn't get destroyed? But whatever, Hank. I'll give it to him. He's a stressed out man. He gets into bar fights, I guess. Doesn't want to go to El Paso. It's rough.
I like the scene with him like frantically running through a hospital with the audio blaring out. I like that a lot. And
I still found it to be very cringe. It's like, you should have just called. Should have.
God damn it.
Marie is calling you like right now. Okay, maybe you should have called her.
Wow. Yeah, she's like in surgery, and then you call her, and then the doctor drops his scalpel, and she dies. But now at least you would have been sure, right?
Well, hey, while we're on Hank, I want to talk about one of the themes that was sticking out to me of this season. The show called Breaking Bad. One of the themes I noticed was people doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, and I think that really encapsulates all of Hank's storyline so far. It's pretty clear to me the real reason why he is so dedicated to like investigating this RV stuff and like the Heisenberg meth is really because he's afraid to go back to El Paso and he's like too manly to admit it. Like, that's pretty clear. So like the fact that he won't just admit that and he's pursuing what will end up being in this universe like the biggest meth empire kingpin of all time. Like, that's what Heisenberg's legacy is. The fact that he is pursuing, and correctly so, like on the case and about to catch these people and doing all this literally for the wrong reason. Like, it's like men will literally catch Heisenberg instead of going to therapy, I think is what they're trying to say.
and it also is his fucking death. Like, this is how he goes out. He chased this lead rather than going any further.
But to be fair, he does win. Like, he does handcuff Heisenberg. Who could have predicted the Nazis would show up and kill him? He got pretty close.
Yeah, I think Hank is perfectly in the right here. I think everyone needs to get out of his ass. I think that that he actually really cared about this Heisenberg thing, okay? And nobody else fucking cared. He did it from nothing. He had this hint, and all along it was Jesse who was messing up. Who was dropping this small dose of meth at the gas station, this blue meth, and then he has the RV, and then he brings Hank to the junkyard, and all along Hank is just this mastermind cop, and he was ready to go back to El Paso, and we know that he's been learning Mexican. He's used one word in Mexican. Okay, he is the ultimate cop, and I will not hear any more about how he's unwilling to do his job. Okay, I think he just knew that this great lead would have gone unnoticed without him. And
what?
Florian,
they say it in the show. Like he says, like in this last episode,
what is beeping at your house? What's going on?
Sorry, there's some kind of air raid siren going on.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Do you live in fucking Ukraine? What the hell?
I think I'm about to be evacuated.
What the fuck, E-Rich?
No, it's just...
Yeah, I know he admits later that he's been under a lot of stress and he's not been acting right, but I still think that he knew that this lead was worth it, okay? I think people.
Hey, to be clear, I'm on Hank's side as well. I think the El Paso job is fucking bullshit. I don't care if it's technically a promotion and like a higher prestige within whatever fucking DEA organization. Like the scenes of him in El Paso and in the Mexican border. Fuck that shit. Oh, Tortoise blows up and kills everybody. No thanks. He's not helping anybody there. Like, he should be the friendly neighborhood Heisenberg hunter, and his true calling is here. It's where his wife is. He has no business down there. I'm on Hank's side. I think he should follow his true calling and his true passion. If you don't speak Spanish, why the fuck would you work in Mexico? He has no business down there.
Well, I don't know how much Spanish all these cops have, but I think he's a fast learner and he would have been a real asset in El Paso, but I think it was way more important to chase down this lead.
I don't know. I think almost any cop in that area would know Spanish.
Yeah, Hank was not qualified. They only gave that to him because he killed Tuco. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean... He still had more insight than anyone else there.
Okay,
I don't know.
Florian and Hartsy and E-Rich, true or false?
Yeah.
Best Hank scene is when he has to turn in his gun and badge, he gets fired, and they're in the elevator, and he's crying on Marie, and then the doors open, and he's just standing stern again.
I like it, yeah.
It's really good.
Pure Kino.
It's such a great character. Just such a great character, little highlight scene. Like, it's amazing to me what they do with Hank in these episodes. Just because when he starts out, he's such a fucking asshole, and he's so, like, just completely, I don't know, he's very one-dimensional. He's very just, like, the kind of asshole guy who's related to Walt, who's the cop. Like, he exists entirely to be like, oh, there's this element of danger in Walt's life. What if he gets caught by Hank? And I think they just do such a great job of fleshing him out and putting him through shit that he doesn't know how to handle.
Yeah, and that reminds me of one of those examples from earlier of Skyler having a conversation that makes her empathize more with Walt, and that is when Marie says to Skyler, Hank's been acting different. I think death changes people, and that's why Walt has probably been acting different too. These are two men who have recently been faced with death in a way they've never experienced before, and they're both on a fucking Breaking Bad downward spiral because of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really interesting.
Well, I think that Hank was always the greatest character of the show, and I think you may think he's one-dimensional, but he is the mastermind of the police force. Okay, he discovered like that. He keeps getting hints that lead him directly to Walter. He found that one trap door in that. Wait, was it Jesse's car? Right, the bouncy car, and like all along, he is like the most qualified person all the time, and he is a bit of a jerk and a bit of a racist. But how does that make him one-dimensional?
Yeah, these days, who isn't?
It's great.
Florian, I've got a great idea for a reality show, which is we transplant you into the Midwest or the Mid-Southwest, whatever it is, and we have you just act exactly like Hank Schrader. You're gonna have a wife. You're gonna have a house. You're gonna have a Florian brow.
Shit!
Canning facility. And you just get to live like that.
Yeah, squid brow.
Oh, it's never gonna work. I'm awful at I would be awful at police work. I'm too autistic. I wouldn't be able to read what people say.
We'll find you something to do within the force. Don't worry about it.
Just give him a gun and drop him off at the border and just let him go to town.
Here, Florian, solve the border crisis for us.
I bet he could. He couldn't do much worse, am I right, folks?
Oh!
Zing. Oh, man, we got him. How will Biden recover, Heartsy?
I've got full
I don't know.
Do we have any other thoughts on Hank before we move on to everybody's favorite character, Murray?
Oh, wow.
No, just kidding.
Wow.
What about Gus? Do we have any Gus thoughts? We get some real Gus action this season.
Gus is really good. Gus, like, his speech to Walter about the, like, a man protects his family or a man provides for his family and that's all. Like, do you guys think that, he really believes that? Or does he spot exactly what Walt needs to hear? Yep. Or is like,
definitely.
He's like, this is what this guy is going to go along with.
Like, he's manipulating Walt big time. Walt is basically begging him with his eyes, like, I want to be in this lab so bad, but I can't because of my family. Please make this okay for me to do. And Gus just nails him. Which, curious, if Vince Gilligan ranks Walt as smarter than Gus, what's the deal? Why is he
playing him?
He's getting manipulated so easily. And Gus, at the end of his plan in 3 months, Walt will have trained up Gale to replace him, and Walt will be killed by the cousins. So, I guess in the end, Walt does win, but still, Gus has the upper hand for sure.
Speaking of the cousins, there are a new antagonistic force introduced in this batch of episodes.
Is it Kino or Crinjo?
I don't like the cousins.
It's Crinjo.
I hate them so much. They're like so stupid and so autistic, and they just they destroy everything except for in actual Breaking Bad when they completely suck. But then in Better Call Saul, they are so incredibly powerful. Even though they're so stupid, they would rather kill a man than talk to him and blend in, Now they gotta wear their stupid fucking boots that scream cartel, and then they gotta kill everyone on that coyote truck because they're too stupid to blend in.
And also, if they're cousins, why do they look identical like brothers?
Identical cousins, monkey. Haven't you seen that?
Wait, are they cousins of each other? I thought they were cousins of Tuco.
Austrian sense of humor kicks in just in time, everybody. I like how, if I recall, do they say a word as adults? I know they talk as kids. Do they really say anything out loud as adults? Did I miss something?
Doesn't he say no in this episode?
Okay, he might have.
I think he says armor. He wants body armor.
He does say no when he... And again, that you just reminded me, Rich, this is about to blow everybody's mind. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's the fight scene, the 1-minute fight scene. Hank
it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Right. We'll go through it after I talk about the fucking subtitles and how they did something bizarre.
Oh, no.
The cousin is about to shoot Hank, but he says no. And then he says too easy or something, but he says it in Spanish, and he walks off to go get the axe. The Netflix subtitles, when he says the word no, it says in parentheses, in English. And then when he says the Spanish, it says in parentheses, in Spanish. Now,
oh my God.
Am I wrong? Is the word no not a Spanish word?
No. They're letting you know that, he's saying no in English, and then because he speaks another language, they're letting you say he says this in Spanish.
But no is the same word in both languages.
No. In Spanish, we say el no.
But it's literally indistinguishable. If he says the word no, it's the word no. Hank understands.
It's not translating. No. It's not translating. It's simply just telling you what he's saying. What language he's saying it.
But if I say the word no, what language am I speaking? It's
Because he
both.
switches, though.
It's
because
literally.
he switches.
It's not a switch. It's the same word in both languages, E-Rich. It's not a
The
switch.
next thing he says is in a different language.
But the
That's
word-
why they're telling you.
No, but the word "no" is already in Spanish.
This has a very simple solution. You could just listen to how he says it if he says it English or Spanish.
It's the
No,
same
but it
word.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's for people who can't hear fucking anything. So they're telling you he's saying this word in one language, and then he's speaking.
But that is
the
it.
other one
It
in a
literally
different
makes
language.
no sense, E-Rich. The word "no" is not an English or Spanish word. It's both. It's indistinguishable.
No,
Well,
it's pronounced
understand-
different.
It's the
for
same
Hank,
shit.
It's for Hank. Hank understands that, but he does not understand the Spanish words. So the audience has to realize, oh, okay, he understands no. Maybe it should say English and Spanish.
It's not like there's an
But-
Enye on there. Anyway, let's talk about this whole fight scene now that I've wasted so many minutes. I've wasted more than 1 minute, really.
Why does he even say it in Spanish? God, are they really so stupid? Or they not speak any English at all?
Hey,
Damn.
speaking of stupid and plot holes and shit that is retarded, can we talk about how the setup to this fight is insane? Hank, he gets into his vehicle and he's about to drive away. Then he gets the phone call. Oh, there's gonna be twins coming to kill you in 1 minute. And Hank panics for a minute, and then they come up and do it. If he did not receive the phone call, he would have just started his car and driven away. Like those twins, where were they? That they were so far away and walking towards him. They're taking forever. If he didn't start panicking from the phone call, he would have been gone. He would have driven away already.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure they would have gotten him eventually.
Yeah, they know where he lives, so I think they would have.
But still, like, the whole... So we figure out later on it was probably Gus who's giving this warning because he wants both of these people to take each other out. But, like, these twins are so fucking far away from where Hank is. He could have so easily just started his car and been safe.
And just, left.
Yeah, so I don't know about that whole setup, but the fight itself is pretty fun.
So Michelle MacLaren directs this last episode that we watched, and she is a great TV director. She's a great action director, and I think she just does it wonderfully. Like the axe dragging on the ground as they go over to him after they spare his life. They could have just shot him. Like that would have been.
Well, they shot him literally 4 times, and it's the greatest plot armor. Like they have a whole scene saying these are super special magical bullets, and if they shoot you, you're dead. Oh, we shot Hank 4 times, and he's fine. Okay, what a waste of a scene.
I think he actually only gives him a single of those bullets.
You wouldn't say fine, Hartsy? He's literally, within like 6 months, he's back on his feet walking.
They shoot him like 2 or 3 times.
No, I counted. It's 4. It's in the leg, in the arm, and then like twice in the torso.
Damn.
I could survive that.
Yeah, survivable.
Yeah, sure. With these fucking
Wow,
like
everybody's a
mushroom
big guy
exploding
now.
fucking bullets.
No, he did. He only gave him one of those, and that's the one that he uses to kill him. Okay, they didn't buy any bullets. I don't think. Well, I might be wrong actually, but I feel like they didn't.
Also, when they're doing the meeting with the arms dealer, and the guy's talking about how he wants to go piss on women with a piss fetish or whatever, he brings up that they called him just in time, and I'm wondering how did these 2 twins call this man and start this meeting, because they don't speak.
They don't speak at all.
So how did they set this up?
They sent a letter. They had to do it by snail mail.
And like this guy's going on like his 10-minute soliloquy about how he likes to piss on women, and I'm not even sure that the twins speak English, so he's really talking to nobody.
So it might have just been like they're just like, all right, he's gonna keep talking.
Yeah, they just
stand here.
Yeah, they want to test out his. Oh, did they not buy the bullets? They only wanted to get the vest from him. Is that what happened?
I mean, I think so.
They test out the vest by shooting him.
I mean, I guess they would have definitely killed him with those bullets. So yeah. I mean,
yeah, maybe they got both.
Yeah. Maybe. I guess they're compatible bullets, so I guess it's possible they would have gotten them. No, wait, but they already had guns. So they probably already had bullets.
Would the show? Would you respect the show more if they had the balls to actually kill Hank in this scene, and like Walter actually has to face some repercussions for his actions now?
No, I think they do enough interesting things with Hank.
Yeah.
Going forward.
That would be such a shame to lose Hank. Wow.
Oh, we get like a whole season of him fucking hospitalized, getting hand jobs, and talking about minerals. Oh man, yeah, I'm so glad we got that.
That's funny.
So important.
Look, he was already...
The impact of... could you imagine? Oh, the mid-season 3 spoiler of Breaking Bad. Hank gets fucking killed in the most epic fucking shootout ever in a parking lot. That'd be a great spoiler. But instead, it's like, no, he survives 4 gunshots and is perfectly healthy like 6 months later. He's fine.
I don't know. I think if you set up
healthy, wow.
By season 5, he's fucking fine.
Well, yeah,
I think if you set up Cop Brother, you have to have him throughout, and then you have to have him like learn that it's Walt. I just think
wouldn't it be the greatest show of all time if Hank gets killed and then like in One Piece, inherited will, Gomi, something seems strange to Gomi, he starts investigating, and much like after L died, and we need the successor, Gomi can be N, but we can have a good N.
I do wish Gomi hadn't died in Ozymandias.
Yeah, what if Gomi becomes the new detective and he solves the mystery? Better show.
Want that.
The fact that his actor appears in the Simian Jimmy Film Festival 2022 would be more impactful to me if his role was bigger in this show. So, let's go back in time and convince Vince.
It's not entirely selfless that you're saying that.
That should be our new segment, Convince Vince, where we have to
Convince Vince.
Yeah, tell Vince how he fucked up Breaking Bad and we would make it better.
Wow, I can't
How would
believe
we
that
get Vince to see it?
I'm sure we have our ways, Heartsy. I'll tell you when you're older. Speaking of when Heartsy's older, boys, Heartsy's 21st birthday. Are we going to reenact a certain opening scene from one of these episodes?
Is it a blowjob? Or
no, what the fuck? E-Rich, you sick freak.
Wow.
I'm talking about when they take Walter White's life savings and they go to his strip club and spend $6,000 on titties and booze, baby. I can see the 4 of us having a similar party if we had that kind of scratch.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to have a framed photo in my memorial dead fat guy bedroom of me and E-Rich posing in front of titties that my mom has lovingly saved in my childhood bedroom.
I want that picture in the funeral, like when you eventually...
Yes. The giant blowed up one next to the coffin.
Yeah, exactly. He died as he lived between a big pair of titties.
That's right.
That scene is the biggest betrayal of all time. I can't believe Jesse would take the money and just waste it all. What a shame. But I guess it all paid off. I guess it all paid off because Combo is so impressed with his spending that he then gives him the RV for really cheap. He just steals him the RV. So I guess
spend money to make money.
I guess the karma really worked out. The social capital accrued by this spending spree has enabled all of Breaking Bad somehow.
Yeah.
Do we think that this is a bit of retroactively making Jesse and Combo better friends?
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, because when we first meet these characters, like, oh, Jesse, you're not going to give us meth? Well, fuck this, we're out of here, playa. But now it's like, oh, well, actually in episode 1, they went and they partied all night. They're best friends.
Yeah.
And now it's really sad that Combo's dead, so.
Well, at least we have Hank tracking down the RV through Combo's mom, so that's something at least,
Mambo.
Mambo?
Wombo?
Yeah. No, Mambo. Combo's mom.
Yeah. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Poor woman.
Do we have any other plot threads? Like, does Saul do anything other than he helps Jesse buy his parent or the house back from his parents or something? That was fun.
Such a Sigma moment.
Yeah.
That scene is so fucking great when he's like, the meth lab that was held in here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Saul is really great. I can totally spin off. He's amazing.
Yeah, you should totally get a spin-off. Good idea.
Yeah, they should animate it too. Like, I want to see his childhood adventures.
Oh god.
Every episode should be a parody of some movie that I've never seen.
Wow. Man, Saul is getting a lot of stuff done to him here too, where Walt just punches him so hard, and it's such a betrayal as well. Damn.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Man, Walt is such an asshole all the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I really can't believe I didn't see it. Like, I really do think that the first time, for certain people you're watching the show, you're just like cheering him on most of the way.
Wow.
You're
For me,
like,
I'm always
punch him.
For me, I'm always laughing at how much of an asshole Walt is, because it is comedic. It is comedic how terrible he can be sometimes.
So at the beginning of the season, he's like lecturing kids at the like memorial event for the plane crash, being like, it isn't even in the top 10 plane crashes of all time.
Yeah, it's like tied for 50th or something.
Yep. Well, I think
an evil thing to do. What an evil thing to be like, this plane crash wasn't too bad. You shouldn't be crying about it, kids. No, I don't think the kids should be crying anyway. I think that was kind of ridiculous in the first place.
Said
However,
we should have gratitude that it wasn't worse.
Well, you guys didn't see when that Holocaust survivor was tweeting like, you guys think COVID is bad.
Wow.
that barely even counts as a pogrom.
Barely even winded me. I was going to say, speaking of Walt treating people poorly, I wanted to briefly discuss some of my favorite content in this section is the beautiful bromance between Walt and Gale, and like just this genuine connection, and they have so much respect for each other's intellect, and like they're reciting poetry.
And then he fucking betrays him.
Well, no, so Walt is being blackmailed by his wife, and he has no choice but to treat Gale like really poorly and be really mean to him.
Yeah,
like he has to make up excuses why he needs to be fired. And like you could just like it's the first time you can see Walt as being mean to somebody, but he doesn't want to, and it's like in so much pain, and that really sucked. Like I love that relationship, and I love to think of a future where it all worked out. And Jesse, they rightfully kill Jesse, get him out of the picture, and Walt and Gale
kill Jesse.
Yeah, that would solve a lot of Walt's problems, and Walt and Gale can have their 3-month bromance, and maybe Gus kills the twins because they keep sitting in his restaurant, and then Walt gets to live. So it all kind of worked out.
Gale is gay, right?
Yeah.
He's also a Redditor.
Well, he's a libertarian.
Which is worse.
I like Gale's backstory that he loves the science, he loves being in the lab, but the life of an actual scientist is really just begging people to give you money for your studies, and he'd rather just make millions of dollars doing magic in a laboratory. So, and he's also
I don't care what people do in the safety of their own home.
He says people are going to do meth no matter what, so it might as well be from a source that is clean and they're not putting in adulterants and all this stuff. And I'm the best at making meth, or at least I want to be. So I think Gale's a pretty cool character. I don't think I have any problem with Gale really at all.
He's the kind of libertarian I don't mind.
Yeah, like drugs should be, everybody should be able to do drugs. Fuck it, just don't hurt people, Based Gale.
Yeah, probably just killing millions of people with his horrible mess, but yeah.
Well, that's the opposite, though. He's trying to make pure meth that will not be as hazardous to people with all the added bullshit in it. He's trying to make like a cleaner version. It's like how the Canadian government is giving out heroin needles now. Like, well, at least you're not going to get AIDS from our needle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that meth itself is the poisonous thing,
I mean, it hypes you up, but I don't know if just like doing a hit of meth is going to kill you.
I mean, like if it's more pure, it's actually more likely to kill you.
Well, actually, I'm on meth right now, Florian. So debunked again.
Wow.
and Hartsy is on heroin, and he's doing just fine.
Yeah, well, it's not blue,
Gale is definitely
meth,
gay
though.
for Walt, right? Is that confirmed?
You don't think he's gay for Gus? I think he has.
He's got a great buffet of mid-40s men.
I really hope that he's not gay for Walt, because I interpreted this as a very bromantic, two men who respect and admire each other academically. So if he was actually romantically
poetry, when you're reading poetry to someone, Monkey, it's on a certain tenor.
So
I insist.
I was about to recommend that we do a poetry book club podcast, but starting to think that might be a little gay. Yeah, Gale inspired me with he's reciting that poem with such passion. I was like, wow, he really understands the message behind Walt Whitman and what he was standing for. But no, it's just gay. They just want to suck each other's dicks. Why not?
Do you not understand the subtext of that poem? Which is that the fucking guy is gay for the learned astronomer.
No, I thought it was that he's gay for the concept of astronomy and he loves science. And he wants to make a Facebook group called I Fucking Love Science.
Yeah,
It's all of the above.
Yeah. You think Walt Whitman was gay?
Yes!
Leaves of Grass is about how he loves pussy. You didn't read the opening poem? Ode to Pussy. Oh, if I could be my own dick to be completely immersed in a pussy fine as thee. Walt Whitman. I took the pussy less traveled. Walt Whitman. You think he was gay?
I was trying to Google Walt Whitman right now and I accidentally Shitman.
What? I thought you were going to say we put Walt White. Do we have... Walt is reading that Walt Whitman poetry book when he gets the call from Skyler. So, is that the same one that Hank finds later on?
Well, it's gotta be because they were only bromancing for like a single day. So
yeah.
So
he wrote that insignia or whatever, like that little message in the front of the book after knowing him for like a day.
Wow.
Is that true?
Crazy.
To WW, what the fuck did he write, Heartsy?
I don't remember.
What are we copying and pasting here? What is this, E-Rich? Oh.
In a November 1855 review, Rufus Wilmot Griswold suggested Whitman was guilty of that horrible sin not to be mentioned among Christians.
Being a poet?
Astronomy?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, astronomy.
Yeah, that one too.
So I don't think this is proof that he's gay. Christians hate astronomy because if you look into the heavens and don't find God, you're going to be upset.
They don't find God, he's not there.
Yeah. Like, we've searched all of space and there's not a God up there, dude. Heartsy, do you have any last thoughts on this?
Small amount.
Do you have any final thoughts on Breaking Bad, Heartsy?
I like the show a lot.
Okay, guys, I think we should do a performance review of Heartsy on this episode. I don't think he's bringing much to the table. It seems a little generic in the commentary.
I feel very
better
sick
next time
right
or else.
now. I feel very sick right now, to be fair.
Would you rather talk about your aunt's birthday party again? Because I'm willing to go back.
I don't want to. No, I don't.
I think that's what the Breaking Bad fans are here to hear.
I'm so sick how Hartsy just keeps changing his name. You know, which is it now? Is it Walt Jr. or is it Hartsy Jr.?
It's Flynn.
So annoying. Oh yeah. Yeah. Make up your mind, jeez.
Do we have any thoughts on Walt Jr. in these episodes?
You're a bitch.
He's one of my favorite characters.
Was that Heartsy or was that E-Rich? I wasn't looking.
I'm disappointed that Hartsy would use such language.
I think Walt Jr. is kind of a piece of shit because his SaveWalterWhite.com website, suddenly it's not making money anymore. Like, what the hell, dude? You gave up?
Yeah, if he takes all the credibility for
the success,
and he also has to take when it fails, he has to take that on his plate too.
Yep. Shameful.
Well, Walt Jr.
killed your father.
Yeah, he should feel guilty.
Walt Jr.
He's getting really manipulated by Walt, and he doesn't realize how much of an asshole he is. So I guess you can probably forgive him for that, considering how young he is. I mean,
I like when he said, "My dad is the best man I know on national television." That was really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Must know not many men.
It'll age very well. This quote, you know.
This section of episodes is where the Saul Goodman mommy and daddy meme comes from. My mommy and my daddy, and my mommy and my daddy.
My daddy and my mommy and my daddy and my mommy. Daddy and my mommy and my daddy and my mommy. Daddy and my mommy and my daddy and my mommy. Daddy and my mommy and my daddy and my mommy. Daddy and my mommy and my daddy and my mommy.
Great song.
Hell yeah.
When Skyler is I guess she takes a shower after getting fucked by Ted because I guess he cooms all over her or something. I don't. She's always fucking in the bathroom.
He's always full of cum.
And she likes that his tiles are heated underneath. You know, I used to work at Menards, that's an expensive accessory to put under your tile.
Wow.
It's just really good, like her being tempted by the good life, by the pleasures of having tons of money and being able to spend it at your own behest.
Is that still really expensive? I just had like 2 whole houses made with entirely heated floorboards.
If I recall, it was probably like $24 a square foot, which really depends on the size of your bathroom, but I might be misremembering that.
That's pretty low actually. Hey, I guess you just want to build it in when you build the house.
Yeah. But I think that's it for this section of Breaking Bad. We, of course, will be finishing Season 3 next month, if the channel is still around. If you guys even got to hear this at all. You guys have anything you're looking forward to in these upcoming episodes?
I am looking forward to the first Rian Johnson episode. One of my favorite episodes.
You keep cutting out, but I assume you said Fly.
Yeah, Fly, the Rian Johnson directed, one of my favorite episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, he did the best episode and the worst episode, with Fly obviously being the best one.
Well, I'm not entirely looking forward to Hank being like in pain all the time, but I guess he's gonna be a stronger man for it once again, you know.
Does Marie give him the Groundhog's Day hand job in this season or in season 4?
Well, damn.
I guess we'll find out.
It's probably this season. The show actually moves a lot faster than you think.
Yeah. Yeah, his recovery sure did move faster than one would think.
Well, we'll see.
Heartsy, what are you looking forward to in the second half of season 3? Great. Okay. You guys have anything you want to plug? Erich, what do you want to plug this week?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at TZARREVAN if you want Walt Whitman's sexual history. You can hit me up on
Whoa. Florian, what about you? You got a Rick and Morty video coming out soon?
Well, I haven't actually worked on that for a while, so you can look forward to my video about why I hate Sonic Frontiers featuring Hartsy.
Oh wait, Hartsy's gonna be in the video.
But I thought Hartsy loved Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, he does. He disagrees with me.
Oh, it's a debate video, huh?
Well, very, very lightly. I just wanted to get like his quick input on it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hartsy, what about you? You want to plug this Florian collab video as well? Hartsy might have left the room. He's not here anymore. His parents are probably like, his parents are in the room like, Hartsy, why haven't you cleaned your room yet? And he's like keeping him muted, like, oh god, they're gonna hear.
Sorry, I had a really bad coughing fit and I forgot to unmute.
Stop smoking so much, dude.
I'm just really sick right now. But no, what I want to plug is my channel. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, I got links to all this shit in the description. Probably not a link to Florian's video because it's probably not out yet. But when is that coming out, Florian?
Well, I got it halfway done and then I got sick, so maybe like 1 or 2 weeks. Who knows?
Well, I literally cannot upload to the channel again until Christmas Eve, and I don't know if this is this an appropriate podcast to post on Christmas Eve?
Yes.
Or I should post this on Christmas? I mean, I guess I could.
Are we gonna do a Way of the Water episode?
Yeah, we probably should. I'm seeing that actually today. So.
Well,
okay.
We should probably stream it.
No, we don't need to stream this.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
We'll be lost.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
How long have I been muted?